welcome to Miami.
Thank you.
How you feel about Miami?
I love Miami. I have a love-hate relationship with it, though. I'm one of those people that moved here under, false pretenses, thinking that it's like as soon as I get here, things are going to pop off and all my dreams are going to come true. And I ain't got to suck no dick to do it, but apparently that's not the case.
Yeah, a little dick might have to be sucked right to go to the way you try to go. You know what I mean? And it's a damn shame it has to be that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But being a woman and being beautiful, they going to, play with you like that.
Yeah.
Especially here.
Yeah, it almost chewed me up and spit me out.
And how long you been here?
So I lived here full time for 3 whole years.
Okay.
And then now I'm between here and my hometown in Utah, which I get a really good mix of, wholesome suburbia and then like the city life. That's
Utah
really
is in Salt Lake City?
Yeah.
Okay, my brother lived out there for a while. So I've been out there a few times.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, the Mormons and all that. I saw they got a real addiction to soda because they can't drink caffeine and coffee. It's
amongst other
cool.
things, yes.
Yeah, amongst other things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's different. I like different places because I lived in Switzerland for 4 months.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
I like to go places where you don't see like me all the time.
Yeah.
And interact with the humans.
Yeah, I'm a big shark in a small lake out there, so I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and now you want to be a killer whale in the ocean, right?
Yeah.
That's what Miami is. I'm going to chew your ass alive. You hear me?
I'm a guppy fish out here.
Yeah, it's different. I moved here from L.A.
Yeah.
I was in L.A. for like almost 4 or 5 years or whatever. And I moved there from Minnesota. And I thought like L.A. was crazy. I killed that in a year. You know what I'm saying? But I did this. I'm kind of different though. You know what I'm saying? I came here a year ago. And I'm the #1 here too. Quick.
And now you like Miami.
I'm a dinosaur. Yeah, I'm a different type of monster. Like Miami easy for me. Because I'm like-minded individual like that, and I get it. And I'm in a house.
Yeah.
So all those trappings of most people that come to Miami don't pertain to me. I don't go out, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do none of that.
Exactly.
I'm in the crib by my business. So that's what you are too. Don't you do real estate or something like that too?
Yeah, I've been a broker for 10 years. I got licensed right out of high school, so now I'm licensed in multiple states.
All right.
So that's like my bread and butter. Before I even got hot, like before I even became an Instagram girl, I was selling property at 19. And now expanding my business out here, I really want to specialize in working with creators such as yourself, artists, athletes, entrepreneurs, influencers, because I can relate to them, and who doesn't want to work with someone you can actually relate to as opposed to some stuffy old dude in a suit.
Yeah, top of the top.
Yeah.
But what I realized, because when I first came here, I'm like, wow, these real estate brokers fine as I'm like, these selling houses or they selling pussy? Which one? Or is it buy one, get one free? Yeah. I'm fucked up about it. So my homie who's a top level real estate, he said, yeah, brother, it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
So have you experienced those things here?
Yeah, I mean, I always get the approach that way. And I'm because of my experience, I'll know within the first 5 minutes of questioning a potential lead as to whether they're serious or not, and if I get a vibe from a guy who's like using real estate to get close to me, that's like the biggest disrespect you could, you know what I mean? As far as I go, I take my profession very seriously. And if you don't think I'm able to vet whether you're qualified to purchase a property or not, or even have one that I could list or sell for you, I'll block you immediately. Because why would I want with a guy who's not going to support my career and what I'm trying to do for myself anyways. So when I experience that, they'll either just get blocked, or I obviously call them out and say you got the wrong one.
Right.
You got the wrong one. You thought I wasn't smart enough to put it together, or you think I'm going to be running in circles chasing a lead. Honey, I got 5 qualifying questions. And if you don't answer the right, all of them correctly, you're not in my pipeline anymore.
Right. I feel that. Yeah. But what I've heard, you just said, if they're not supporting, so what if they are? They'd be like, I'm buying a couple cribs and all that. I'm saying, I want to fuck with you too.
Yeah.
Is that going to open up the door?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if I'm actually attracted to them, I don't think I'd ever be like, okay, I'm going to do this just to close the deal. Right. Because what I've learned, universal intelligence, having ill intent will backfire. So me being like, hey, I'm going to do this if I get this, I'm making a deal with the devil right there. And I'm too enlightened, right? To be able to do something ill-willed like that and not have repercussions. So for me, it has to be genuine. It has to be like, no, this is my client. This is someone that I might be interested in dating. So I always have the rule, after we close escrow. Right. If you want to still take me on a date after we close, amazing. But my commission isn't going to be contingent upon whether I give you my time or energy personally or not.
Right. Yeah, that's heavy what you just said, because, women like to be transactional. and they don't understand what comes with that. Because you said it with you making a deal with the devil. I've seen plenty of women, and not to beat on a dead horse or what's going on right now with the Cassie situation. She wanted to upgrade her situation from the guy she was with that was genuinely bringing her to get a record deal, and you made a deal with the devil literally.
And look what happened.
You got all the fame, got all the money you wanted, but look what came with it. And that happens a lot with women when they go transactional. And I ain't saying he's a good guy or he's wrong. No, everybody wrong in that situation. But once you sign up to do something transactional, you know what comes with that.
Exactly.
So it's kind of good you said, I have to be attracted to the guy too. Because people think just because, you know, you get the money or somebody has money, what that got to do with you? Like, are you really liking
I got my own
person?
money.
Right. Like,
I'm the one getting the 6-figure commission off this deal, my guy. So, yeah.
It makes sense. So people get caught up in that sometimes.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? So, but I understand in Miami it's kind of different, especially you built the way you built. So coming to that, how did you make that transition from Utah to Miami lifestyle with your body frame? Did you say, I got to turn this up? I got to get goddamn surgery. These women out here going, I got to turn it up.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, I actually got all my work done in Utah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So I was one of the first girls in Utah to be open about getting a BBL.
Yeah.
And then I ended up on a billboard with my plastic surgeon because I was so open about it. I have a great relationship with him. He's done my entire body over the last 5 years. So I never got any work done in Miami. I wouldn't let a Miami doctor touch me with a scalpel if my life depended on it.
Yeah.
So no, I actually, I acquired that mindset independently. Like, I've just always been an outsider. I was always the black sheep. I was always, you know, the hood rat or the underdog in high school. And I just always had these weird ideas and knew that I was built for something different. And I'm grateful for that I never really fit in, right?
Yeah.
I didn't fit in with the big groups of girls in high school. And I always knew that I'd be something else. And so when I started making money in real estate, I wanted to invest in myself.
Right.
You know, one of my mentors, you know, if you don't invest in yourself, how can you ever expect anybody else to invest in you? And so it was always a personal journey for me. Like, I had an ideology of what I wanted my body to look like, and I embarked on the journey, and I was committed to doing it. Like, when I start something, I don't stop till I finish, you know? And so, I've had as much work as I've had done because I took very good care of myself. So a lot of girls can get 1 or 2 BBLs and look, right? Because they're fat. They had a lot to work with, right? I didn't. I was in the gym every day and taking really good care of myself and was very fit. And so having to transfer that fat as many times as I did, it was a process over the, you know, course of quite a few years. And so I took my real estate money after, you know, I mean, taking care of my entire family for as long as I did. I finally decided to start doing something nice for myself. Yeah. And it increased my confidence. You know, I'm like, I 100% feel good about myself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, you know, because of what I've put into myself. So it was definitely worth it.
That's amazing because, you know, most of the time it's a tragic story when people do that.
Yeah.
From like botched or from mentally not stable enough to, you know, understand what they did to themselves.
Yeah.
And then walking that life of now all of a sudden, I was an ugly duckling, now I'm a beautiful swan at 30-something or 25, whatever you are. You've never been like this your whole life.
Yeah.
Now you run into different situations from attention from these top-level guys who have bad intentions for you.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what you're walking into. So you was already structured with that, which is a blessing. How many BBLs did you have?
Technically 5.
Hold on.
Technically 5.
Let me scratch the nugget. How many?
3 were necessary
Okay.
to get my shaping in the first 3 years. And then the last 2 were kind of just like, while we're at it, why not?
Yeah.
Because I was reconstructing my breasts.
Right.
And like, when you're down, I mean, you might as well
Get some touch that too.
Yeah, he's like, well, while you're down, why don't we, you know, I mean, you're paying for the anesthesia.
Facts.
You might as well just
you're already risking your damn life. You might not wake up, so hey.
You might as well. And that's where that came from. You know what I mean? And so it wasn't like I needed it. It was just like I was already moving my breast from my implants from under the muscle to top of the muscle.
Yeah.
And so he's like, let's do that. And it just kind of happened. And keep in mind, that was over a 5-year period. I got my first BBL in 2020 when everything shut down.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I mean, 5. So were you built like a goddamn rattlesnake before or something? Like, how
no,
was your frame?
I mean, I would say like I look like Sierra, like Sierra's body. She was, you know, she got a little size. She got a little bump.
But tasty to me.
You know, But it is really rewarding because a lot of the girls that were like, I was bullied dramatically in high school. So this was like a comeback for me. This wasn't like I needed it for validation. It was more of like I wanted to prove something to myself and every person who's ever doubted me that like would call me ugly or, you know, I didn't get asked to prom or these other things. And now every single person who's ever disrespected me from my hometown especially has come back and praised me for my glow up, apologized for disrespecting me. And that's some of that fuel. I hate to say it, but it has like that hate has fueled me over the years. You know what I mean? And I think we all want to say, "Oh, I did it for me." I did it to flex on my.
That's
like,
real.
Say that, yeah.
Because I'm kind of like, I'm surprised. I ain't gonna lie by your attitude and your understanding, because what you're saying is high level intelligence and understanding of reality, which most women don't dwell in. So what you're saying is, yeah, I did it for others to stun on other. Not lie to myself. I did it for myself. No, you lay down and almost died, got your ass blew up, but look at your ass. Like, let's be serious here.
Yeah.
You did it for yourself. Get the fuck. You ready to show my goddamn peacock on them.
Yeah.
So that's real. And the balance of that, from doing that to understanding and living with it, is a whole. Because what I say is, a lot of women have mental issues when they do that.
Yeah.
Because for one, they get that attention that they never had before in their lives, and they don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
So okay, now you got a bigger ass and you got top level people looking at you, but what are you gonna do with it?
So, and that's my biggest concern, I think, especially for women in the industry, but also those that are getting work done, is they're doing so much externally and they're avoiding it internally.
Right.
I can tell you right now that I've put just as much work into myself internally with universal intelligence as I have externally. So my mind is bigger than my booty, and that's really saying something after 5 years.
Hold it with two hands.
Exactly. You know what I mean? It's big. But like my brain is much bigger.
That's legendary.
Much bigger.
And I'm feeling that because I'm thinking something. I thought she gonna be here. But I'm telling you, I usually don't give people that props because they come in and like, you know, just because they did the work, like that don't, what the fuck that mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not only you did the work, but you also getting your own money, which is very substantial too, because you can have all that body you want to, your brain ain't right. How you gonna get it?